Oh, hey.
Hey, Dana.
Who was that, Rebecca? That was definitely a reverb. Hold on. Okay, Rebecca, say that again. Rebecca.
Yep, working on it. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Awesome.
Okay. I had to mute my computer and turn off the speaker. All right, so I've got a phone on and I've got the computer on.
I know, isn't this
How are we
weird?
setting this up?
This is so weird. I got make sure your phone's on do not disturb. I'm gonna go. Oh. So fun. I set this up earlier. Hang on. Come on. No, not yet, babe. But I am online, so you definitely don't want to walk around. Okay, hang on, guys. I love that some people are here early. Okay, there we go. No, that's not working. All right, there we go. Okay, I think I have everything. All right, is Emily here yet? All right, and then Jamie, is Jamie here yet? Okay, all right, so if you're just coming in, I would say just mute yourself so that we can make sure that we don't have a lot of background noise. And then I'm gonna actually go live here. I hope this works. Those of you who know me, you know computers aren't my thing, but I am teaching myself so much in the last 2 days. We're having trouble starting your live video. Bye. Oh, because my phone, see? I put my phone, I can't turn my phone on airplane mode because then I can't connect. Die. Okay, there we go. I just have to keep an eye on it. Let's go like this. Oh, okay, guys, hang on a second. I'm going to mute me for a second. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna take off the picture of me so y'all can't see me fiddling with my phone. I'll be right back.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi. It's been forever.
There we go. Yeah, I think I fixed the reverb. No, it's still
No.
happening.
Are you filming from somewhere else?
Hold on.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Ash. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. You know, hanging in.
I've been sick with a sinus thing. I'm on day
Saw
7.
that. I saw
So I haven't
that.
been doing anything.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
good.
hey, Ash.
Hey, Dana.
Hey,
I
I'm
miss
gonna.
both of your faces.
I know. I miss you too. I'm gonna see if this works. Rebecca, did you get yours figured out, sweetie?
I still seem to have a reverb.
Are you recording somewhere?
I've got my phone here to do Facebook Live.
Is it recording? I'm gonna see if the online Instagram does that. Okay, so we're live now on Instagram. Does anyone hear a reverb out there? Jamie, actually everybody mute except Rebecca and Jamie. You don't hear a reverb? Okay, cool. All right.
Not
So,
from you. I do from Rebecca, though.
yeah, I do too. God, Jamie, it's great to see you.
I know. It's really good to see your face. Hopefully, we'll be able to give each other a squeeze soon.
We will. So Rebecca, if you're recording somewhere, it shouldn't do that anymore. So if you're just coming in, just go ahead and mute your phone, unless you're Jamie. And Jamie, you can even. Oh.
Oh, now we're all
Mhm. So
echo.
yeah, go ahead and mute you, and then
I think I figured it out.
what was it, so that we know, so I'm not doing it.
Oh, I had my Zoom on my phone, and then Zoom on my computer, and then Facebook Live on my phone. I consider myself relatively technologically savvy, but somehow more is not better in this case.
It's okay. Hi, baby. I don't understand all of this. I'm like teaching myself as I go, so it's fine. And then as soon as Emily gets here, she just texted me, said she'll be here in a second. So if you're just joining us, just go ahead and mute your phone, and we'll get started soon here. We'll just bye, baby. Love you. I love you too. Okay. It's so great when you're in quarantine, but your daughter's best friend lives right across the street. Like, we're all kind of in quarantine together. So
I was texting with a friend of mine who has some health issues, and so they're really limiting who goes to see him even more than usual. And I saw there was a video or a news article of a man who went to go visit his wife in a nursing home for their 67th wedding anniversary, and he stood outside her window and he serenaded her from outside her window. And so I was texting with my friend saying, like, we're just going to drive over, we're going to stand outside your window, we're going to serenade you, and no contact and no risk, and we're still all technically in quarantine, but it's like, how can we work around this? How can we still find connection and bring joy to each other's lot of creative ways?
Totally. Gosh, I see so many faces. I know. Hi, Laura. Hey, Laura, I mailed that oil to you.
Thank you. I hope it's gonna arrive at some point. This is Alex, my boyfriend.
Hi, Alex.
He's a special person.
Thank you so much for being here. Oh, there's Emily. Hey, hi, honey. Emily, unmute yourself so that I can make sure you're all good to go too.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, you're at the studio. Awesome. It's good to
Yeah.
see you.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're
you.
just coming in, just mute yourself. This is amazing. I love this. And we're going to get started right at 4, just for the sake of time. So, oh, good. Now I can see all 4 of you. I can see Emily and Jamie and Rebecca. And we're live on Instagram too. I got it recording here, I think. This whole setup took a lot of my brain power. Whatever. Yeah, so it's good to see everybody. Jamie, great to see you. Rebecca, great to see you. Emily, so good to see you. 3 of my favorite yoga teachers. Never get to go to your class, but even when we're in the same city, like I can't go to your class, but very admirable women, pretty powerful women we have here today. I'm pretty psyched. Those of you who don't know who these women are, I will tell you, Rebecca Rogers, before we get started, Rebecca Rogers is a fantastic, amazing yoga teacher in San Francisco and an activist and just a powerful and empowered. She's just an amazing woman. Like the way she speaks, the way she holds herself has always impressed me and inspired me so much. So really happy that you're here, Rebecca. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And then Jamie, Jamie and I, oh my God, Jamie and I go way back. We did a training together with Sean Korn, off the mat training at Esalen, and that training changed my whole life. And Jamie was my partner, and had never met her before and shared really vulnerable things. And now we live so close to each other, and gosh, it's so great to see you. I can't wait till we can do some more fun things together. Yeah, Jamie waves, so everybody knows who you are. And then
Thanks, Dana. It's good to see you too. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay, Jamie. It's really good to see you. And then Emily, my cats, you guys, those of you who come online with me, like my cats crawl all over me when I'm on the online. So just hold on, buddy, okay? And then Emily Perry. Emily and I met at Wanderlust Festival, I think around the same time I met Jamie, like the very first or second Wanderlust. And we were just like, hey, you're my friend. And she teaches out of Santa Cruz, and she's, again, another powerhouse. These 3 women are just incredible at their craft. And when I thought about doing this, I thought, I want to get some really epic teachers together online that I really admire, and from 4 different cities, and these are the ones that came to mind. So thank you for joining us today. Okay, so I do want to get started, and then just hopefully people will, when they come in, just kind of ground in and see that everything is kind of happening already. Again, please make sure you are muted. And then I'll just rely on, I'll rely on you, Jamie, and then you can rely on me, Jamie. If someone comes in and they're unmuted while I'm talking, or while, and I can handle it when I'm not talking, if you could just ask them to mute, that would be cool. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get started in a comfortable seat. I want to first say thank you to all of you for showing up today. What a beautiful blessing this is to actually realize that I put it at 100 capacity, and this meditation filled up so quickly. That says a lot about this community, and it says a lot about what the world is in need of. And so I want to honor you for being here. And I want to also thank everybody on Instagram that's watching on Instagram Live. I'm just stoked to be able to do this and share this time with you. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat. And, just wherever you are, I just want you to kind of move around in your body a little bit and see if there's any tension You know, I know for me, the last week, I've felt tension in places where I haven't in a really long time, you know, and having really crazy dreams and just all the things. I think that this time we are experiencing more than our nervous system is accustomed to. We're already on amp mode. This has amped us all up. And this meditation, this time together, is for all of us to really ground in. Our theme as a collective is between us four is to ground in, to really find those places that are still tense and tight and try to feed them with some love, to remember who we are and how powerful we are, and remember to really err on the side of high vibratory frequency without spiritually bypassing what's happening, you know, because the last thing we want to do is kind of shove everything under the rug, right? So we want to be able to hold space for ourselves and for others, right? So we're going to go ahead and begin. Find a comfortable seat. Oh, close the eyes and take a big deep breath in through your nose. Hold the breath when you're absolutely full. And then when you feel like you're full, maybe suck in a little bit more air. And then exhale all the breath out through the mouth and make a sound, right? Like, ah. Because we've all been holding a lot this last week. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. Hold the breath. Suck in a little bit more air. Get to all the corners of your lungs. And then exhale all the breath out through the mouth. And then just one more time, inhale again. Hold the breath, suck in a little bit more air. Exhale everything out through your mouth. Let your whole body rest now. So let yourself really try to find that space of homeostasis in the body. We've been a little knocked off our center, but if it's one thing I do know, the power of breath and the power of practice, the power of community is something that will bring us to our center quickly. I also believe that when we gather in masses, when we all come together as a group, when we come together as a collective, even in times of isolation, we have the ability to heal. We have the ability to support each other. So I want you to take your breath to these places where maybe your mind is still running. Maybe you're still clasping your hands. Maybe you're still in a thought process from yesterday or 2 weeks from now. I want you to let all of that go. And begin to feel what it actually feels like to be in a pause. To be in a pause. I've said in my classes for years that in the pause, there's everything. It's like that moment in time when you hit the key on a piano, that space in between before you hit the other key is really what's important. We're in a global sacred pause right now. We're in a sacred pause. It's a very sacred time. Nourish your bones. I want you to breathe into the center of your bones. Like allow your bones from the center to be nourished, as if you could feed them from the inside out. And this bone structure of your body, your body would be nothing without the bones, right? So feed them with some nourishing breath. Imagine your two sit bones as they root down into the ground. They're not just rooting into the ground, they're rooting beneath the earth. What you can see, like they're huge tap roots tapping into the very center of the earth. I like to picture them as wide and strong. And I also like to picture them as this, like almost like a Merlot color, like a red wine color. So it's really this nourishing deep root. And that's where you're pulling the breath up from, right? Nourishing yourself from the center of the earth, this earth that has asked us all to be still. When we pull in that energy, we nourish ourselves, we start to feel a sense of vitality wash over the body. And we start to illuminate the places that are tight, tense, and frayed, all those fractured pieces of ourself that we have given away, that we have, put here and there and everywhere. We pull them all back in, we put them into the breath, we put them into the taproot. We nourish our internal organs. We allow all of our internal organs to be nourished by this breath that comes up from the tap roots. It can be any color you want, right? But it's just this beautiful breath that's nourishing your body, this body that you walk around in that takes on so much every day. Every internal organ that functions without you even having to do anything about it, right? All you have to do is breathe. And then nourishing your nervous system. So all those nerves, right? Breathe to the very edges of the nerves so that those places where, you feel afraid or anxious, you can breathe into them and let them find that space of wholeness and a pause. And breathe into the third eye, right? We know on some level that everything is divine and everything is orchestrated perfectly, even though it's uncomfortable. We begin in the beginning with this body that serves us so well, this divine vessel that serves us so well. We begin here. Make sure your shoulders drop down. Let go of any clenching of the jaw, the fingers, the toes, the hips, anything. Let it all go, okay? And let your tongue relax. Let your eyeballs relax. And from this place, from this beautiful, vital, radiant body, we begin to connect to, just energetically, to everyone on this call and everyone on watching us and participating in this with us on Instagram or wherever else they are in the world. Because we're strong and we're powerful and we understand the necessity for tribe, for community. So we'll always bring it back to community. We're never alone, ever, ever. So I want you to take the next minute or so and breathe on your own. In between speakers, we're going to have moments of silence so that you can just breathe into whatever we have offered to the table here. So we'll breathe for a minute or two on our own. And just drop into this beautiful body for a moment.
Remaining connected to your breath, connected to your body. The invitation here is to place your hands somewhere on your body, perhaps palms down on the thighs or the knees. And just allow yourself to feel that sensation of your hands connected to your body. Maybe give the thighs a little squeeze. So allowing yourself to be fully present in this body right here, right now. And perhaps it feels helpful or useful to begin to take your hands to opposite wrists, and just begin to squeeze your arms, maybe moving up the forearms to the elbows, to the biceps. Just allow yourself again to feel this body that you're in. Maybe moving the hands up to the shoulders. Remaining connected to breath. And if this feels like a resource, continue this as a tool. Perhaps it feels useful to rock a little bit from side to side. This can also help downregulate the nervous system when we're feeling overwhelmed, activated. And as we drop into this moment together as a community, the uncertainty of this moment, yes. Perhaps the fears that have bubbled up for you, yes. Allow yourself to embrace what arrives, what shows up. And the invitation is to also drop into the opportunity in this moment. The opportunity to simplify. As Dana said, to hit the pause button, to truly reflect on ways in which we have been living, being, and then to visualize a new way of being. New way of caring for our own bodies. So that we can show up with more presence, more ease, more compassion for the collective, for the whole. Perhaps we can envision new ways of being in relationship with the earth. In these moments of pause, in these moments of uncertainty, to notice the earth still alive, plants still growing, birds still singing, perhaps even parts of the earth coming more alive as we take this pause. And as we drop into this moment, perhaps in our reflection, we can visualize this new world, a world in which we care for one another, where we feel more deeply, we see more clearly. We commit to collective care in new ways as we see this deep interconnection from country to country all across the globe. That each and every one of us impacts the whole. And may we presence what is most important to each of us in this moment of pause. What truly matters. That essence that lives within each and every one of us, which is of truth and love. And we tap in to that. And perhaps it's helpful to shift your hands one onto the heart, connecting to Anahata chakra. It's beautiful, bright green color illuminating around the heart, this space of love and compassion and empathy, gratitude, forgiveness. And perhaps one hand lands right above the belly button on the solar plexus, Manipura chakra, the color yellow radiating, this place of truth, personal power, this knowing, this authenticity of who we are. May we remember that. May we remember who we are to one another. With that, I offer you a few moments of silence. Just presence, this new way of being that we can dream of together, this new way of connecting, of living, of holding each other.
Maintaining one hand on your belly and one hand over your heart. I'm reminded of the famous quote by Viktor Frankl, who said, "In between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space, we have the power to choose our response." And you could even imagine the space between your two hands on your body right now, the space between the hand that rests at your center of power, passion, purpose, your place in the world, our collective place on the planet at this time. And the hand that is at your heart, holding all the feels, the joy, the simple joys, the ecstatic joys, the laughter, the hilarity of some of these moments that we're sharing in our homes and trying to go on as business as usual, as if there is such a thing. Also holding the fear, the disappointment, the anxiety, the frustration, the irritation, the anger, the rage, the pain, the loss, the grief. Holding connection to each other as we feel into everything that everyone else is feeling on the planet at this time. We are like little antennae sticking up off of the earth and feeling one another right now so deeply that it can be hard to disentangle what is ours and what belongs to someone else. But in the space between, we have the power to choose our response. So whatever it is that you are holding in your heart, whether it's yours, whether it's someone else's, if it's something that you are holding and you are experiencing right now, I invite you just to breathe some spaciousness into that. It's okay to feel grief. It's okay to feel rage. It's okay to feel sorrow. It's okay to be irritated at your loved ones. It's okay to be mad at the whole thing. It's also okay to laugh. It's okay to go on with your lives, to find the small things, the big things, the mundane things, the extraordinary things that bring joy and love and deeper connection to each of us. It's okay. You don't have to feel guilty or ashamed for responding to this exactly as you are. We are all sharing this deeply human experience, and no doubt many of our pets are feeling it as well. So not only the two-legged creatures, but also the four-leggeds. Everyone on the planet is waking up and taking notice of something profound that is shifting. One of my favorite memes that I've come across on the internet recently was, does it feel to anyone else like the earth has sent us to our rooms and told us to think about what we've done? It cracks me up every time because there is truth in it. It is hilarious and it is terrifying. The Great Mother is speaking to us. We can no longer pretend that we are separate from her, that we are separate from all of life's creatures, that we are separate from one another, that our body is separate from our mind or is separate from our heart, that is separate from our soul's purpose on this planet. We are all waking up and coming alive. There is an old way of being that must die, and we will feel grief and loss at that old way of being shedding away because it is familiar, it is what we know. It could get worse before it gets better. We all know this on some level. It could get harder before it gets easier. It could get darker before it gets lighter. And we will emerge from this on the other side, transformed, undoubtedly. It's already happening. The transformation, it's already happening. Uncertainty is uncomfortable. It is also exhilarating. In study of the body and somatic practices, we know that anxiety and excitement show up as physical sensations in our body exactly the same way. But whether we call it anxiety or we call it excitement happens in our heads, it happens in our minds. And so the yoga practice, the meditation practice, the spiritual practice of connecting to intention is critical. The frame through which you view and therefore experience what is happening right now makes all the difference. Which is not to say that anything negative or dark or scary is not happening. But whether we view it as an obstacle or an opportunity could profoundly change the outcome and how we are transformed, who we are transformed into as a result. So I invite you to take the next few minutes in silence and envision to yourself when this moment has passed, because it will. When this moment has passed, who would you like to become? Who is the person you are being transformed into? What is the world you envision on the other side? What is the world that we leave behind for our children, that we pass on What do we pay forward? What does that world look like? We are in a unique place right now in this moment to create our future like never before. No human in the history of this planet has had an opportunity like the one that is being presented to us at this time. But in order to create that world, we have to see it first. You have to envision it. You have to believe in it. And then go out and create it.
So the question becomes, who am I willing to become? What am I willing to shed to show up and be that person I'm called to be? And so you're invited now to again return your hands back to your heart. Close your eyes. And just take a moment to drop into your heart center. And you might even visualize drawing yourself back in with every breath. So as you inhale, bringing all parts of who you are back into the heart. And then as you exhale, feeling like you're rooting down into the base of the heart itself. So if we are going to build this new earth, right, live awake and really do that work that we're called to do in the world, we need to be connected, and we need to be connected to our own hearts. And as we connect to our own hearts, we connect to the collective as well. And so as you pause here and take a moment, and as you root into the energetic base of your heart, right, that hridaya, as you create that connection, that knowingness, there's also a sense of rooting into our intuition and really being able to listen to our intuition and our inner knowing as we move forward. As our other beautiful teachers have mentioned, like, we're in the unknown, we're in that space between. And it's in this pause between the inhale and the exhale, this pause between, what we're building and what's dissolving, that we have this opportunity to create what's aligned with our hearts. We have this opportunity to create what's aligned with our vision. We have this opportunity to get off automatic pilot and live the life that we've been called to live. We have this opportunity to serve in the way that we've been called to serve. And from this place of the heart, building that that new earth together. And so as you pause here for a moment and you feel into your own heart center, see if you can connect to a sense of energy around the heart. It's what we might call prana. Then as you inhale, really feeling like the energy of the heart is starting to expand, and maybe expand into the fullness of who you are, as if you're growing into your own self. So as you inhale, really drawing the energy out to the edges of who you are. And as you exhale, continuing to ground into whatever you're sitting on. Again, returning to the body. As you take another few breaths here, just really keeping this connection to the heart. But we're going to start expanding out our own heart field into the room we're in. And so this next inhale, maybe you expand your breath beyond your skin and start to fill the room with your heart energy. And if there's any other beings in the room with you, two-legged or four-legged, starting to feel your energy fields butt up against one another and that connection that we have. And then as you take another breath in, expanding that heart field out into maybe the building that you're in. And then in the next breath, visualizing your energetic field, your aura, rooted in love, expanding the whole block that you're on. So that you start to connect into the energetic field of everyone in that space. And then on the next breath, imagining now your auric field, that the field of the heart, the magnetic heart, expanding now to fill the city that you're in. Maybe you're on a mountaintop or you're at the beach. And feeling this energy of interconnectedness. We are all one. We might be contractions of consciousness so that we have a name and we have an address and we wear clothes, but we're all one field. And seeing if you can open your inner ear into that connection. And so what happens to the other happens to us, right? Because we are all one. And so I wanted to offer a loving kindness meditation for us to offer to the oneness of who we are. And you may say this to yourself, you may offer it out. But we'll begin with our own self, and we'll start to radiate that loving kindness out to all beings. May I be happy. May I be at ease. May I be safe. May I know peace. And then holding space for that cosmic consciousness, the collective consciousness that we're a part of. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be at ease. May you be at peace. And so there's this mantra, Loka samasta Sukhi no bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. May all beings everywhere know peace. And that includes ourselves. And when we move through the world from this place of being rooted in love, being rooted at the heart, it's so much more seamless to be able to show up from this place of ultimate compassion, right? Our truest nature, compassion and love. And so as we'll do a little mantra together. Are we ready for that, Dina? We'll chant together. So I have a harmonium that you'll be hearing, which is an instrument from India. And we'll chant Loka Samasta Sukhi no Bhavantu together. And you're welcome to, if you're not in a space where you can chant externally, to chant internally. If you're new to mantra, you're welcome to listen in as well. And you're of course welcome to join in as you so feel called. So sending out energy of love and healing to all beings. As we wake up from our collective slumber, as we arrive completely in the present moment. This is again an opportunity to show up completely as who we are. To support one another on the path. So I'll call out the first line, and you're welcome to join in when you're ready. Loka samasta Sukhi no bhavantu. Together. Loka samasta Sukhi no bhavantu. Keep going. Loka samasta Sukhi no bhavantu. 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 So letting it be an offering from the heart. May all beings everywhere be safe. May all beings everywhere know peace. All beings everywhere be at ease. Keep going together. Loka samasta Sukhi no bhavantu. 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 Then quietly. Loka samasta Sukhi no bhavantu. Loka samasta Sukhi no bhavantu. Like a whisper. Loka samasta Sukhi no bhavantu. Loka samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. This moment to connect into your breath and your heart. Taking a moment to sit with the vibration of the mantra.
Allowing your body to feel into a new vibration, a aligned vibration, where maybe we have dropped some of the pieces that have been stuck or stagnant, or maybe we have seen something in a higher elevation of truth. Should bring your body back for a moment. Start to feel, as Jamie had you do, feel into the body, maybe touch your thighs or your shoulder or your neck, or even run the fingers through the hair, wherever you want to feel into this physical body. Feeling into the complete connection of all of us in this moment in time. It's a global sacred pause. And like Rebecca said, it's all the feels. All the feels. Laugh, cry, get angry. It's okay, be afraid, and then breathe. Allow yourself to feel all the feels and know that you're not alone. So what I'd like to do to close out this meditation is take a collective Om. And I've never done a collective Om on Zoom with 100 people, but I think it might be really cool. So what I'd like to do is have us all, we'll all unmute in a sec. We'll all take a breath in, we'll all Om together. And then everyone can mute again. So go ahead and unmute your screen. Go ahead and unmute.
And Dana, I would also add that we have far more people. We have everyone on Facebook Live and all of our Instagram as well. So probably a couple hundred people.
Thank you for that, Rebecca. So let's go ahead and just take the collective Om together. So try to sit as still as you can to avoid any kind of extra noise. Beautiful. And take a big deep breath in through the nose. We'll take one cleansing breath out through the mouth. When you're complete, when you're ready, just mute your phone, only for sound. And feel into that vibration of the sound of all of us oming together. please remember that in your day. In the mornings when you wake up, the mind might start to go before the breath. Remember this collective Om. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. I bow to each of you. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you from such a deep place for Rebecca and Emily and Jamie. I'm not sure where you are. I don't see you on the front line anymore. You can tap in for a second and just say hello. We didn't plan any of this. We talked for like a minute. So I just want to say thank you, ladies, so much for being here. I want to say thank you to all of you for showing up today. We are going to do this again. So stay tuned. And I just wish all of you such a blessed, blessed, beautiful rest of your day. Namaste. Feel free to unmute if you want to namaste, everybody. Namaste.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Dana for pulling us together.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Dana,
Yeah, love you guys. Namaste.
you too.
You guys are amazing. Thank you so much, you guys. I'll talk soon, okay? Take care of one another.
Namaste.
The recording will be up soon, too. I'm going to hit stop recording, and I'm going to send it out. Thank you so much.